We had to stop. Our trailer weighs a good, 15,000 pounds. Yeah. So we just started rolling back. Had to gun it, drop it in a low gear real quick to get it to go up the hill, man. We were like, hit it, because we were rolling, man, and there's cars behind us. We were just like that split second of this is going to be really bad, really quick, but it's cool. It ended up working out fine. We didn't hit nobody.
That's good, that's good. And you've been in the band since 08, right?
I've been in the band since actually October of 07.
07, okay.
Yeah, right after the Underoath tour. It was kind of when everything went down about things, the new lineup and things like that. And I was the first guy that really came on board with that. And then I found Chad and Matt, our drummer, and the guitar player. They were friends of mine in other bands and stuff. And so I joined in October, and the other guys came aboard in February and stuff of 08 and stuff.
So things have happened pretty fast for you.
Very fast, very fast. So.
How do you deal with that emotionally yourself?
That's a good question. It's an emotional roller coaster a lot of times because, you deal with your tour life, being gone so much in different cities every night, and just that whole spectrum, and then being at home, dealing with that. So we're all have families and stuff. I've got a 7-year-old little girl, so you have to learn how to balance out the two, from your professional career to your home life as well. So it can be a little tricky at times. You just kind of talk a lot to people and be like, hey, I'm having a hard day, or hey, can we do this because it needs to be a little better for us. So, but it's not too bad. You just kind of take the good with the bad and keep trucking with it. So, but it's been cool. It's been great so far.
Dude, I was watching a bunch of your guys' YouTube stuff, and I saw that. Well, these are just rumors. I don't know how true they are, but that you guys do a lot of dares.
A lot of dares.
And one of them was for with the Day to Remember, and how somebody drank piss or something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. We are always about anteing the ante. You know what I'm saying? Trying to do whatever we can to tour's fun. So let's really make it work.
Yeah.
So this band that we're on tour called Outcry Collective, they were on the tour with us as the opening act, and the drummer was like, "I'll do anything for money." And we're like, anything. So we're like, okay, a shot of piss. So then the guitar player, Neil, from A Day to Remember, was like, well, how much is he getting? He's like, well, I'll do it. And he's like, well, I'll do it for $60. So Neil was like, I'll do it for $50. Guy was like, shoot, why don't we just split it and both do it for $25? They're like, done. Shot glasses lined up. 4 people went to the bathroom. And it was and it was funny because Neil did it first, and he had this most just wretched look on his face. Jack, the drummer for Outcry Collective, did it and didn't blink an eye. He's one of the most hardcore dudes. He just whoomp, let's go drink.
And what's this about Dallas? Putting shit on the every time I die.
Oh, Zach, yeah. Basically, Dallas has a phobia. He just doesn't like mustard. Doesn't like it. They started horsing around, and things got a little out of control. Then Zach took mustard and squirted Dallas with it. So Dallas went to his pants, grabbed his butthole, and just flung an increment on his face. We end up having to break him up, and
really?
Yeah. They got heated. They got heated real bad.
Wow.
So I was just a little too far with that one. Some of the other dares we as a prank, because the Deborah Prada guys, they're all really, their crew guys are real kind of small guys, and we took every single one of their cases, including their drum cases, and put them up a 3-story high scaffolding. So they were on stage, they came in back through the stage and couldn't find them anywhere. And we're just standing there laughing and just pointing up. And we took their big drum cases. That was really hard because it took 6 of us to do it. We had to get 3 people on top and 3 people on the bottom. We just had to kind of toss it and throw it up as high as we could, and they had to grab it and then yank it up.
Damn.
Yeah, it was awesome though.
That is crazy,
yeah, that's awesome. Dude. We've hid raw fish in people's trailer. like where.
What bands?
Well, this is years. This is what we did with Copeland. Let's see what else we did. We on our winter tour, we hid stuff in people's luggage. We put crap or bags of crap in people's bass drums, so when they hit it,
and it would
yeah. And I mean, we've done some pretty wretched stuff. A really good one is when someone's sleeping, take some Tabasco sauce, just rub it across their lip. And because water makes it worse because it's an oil base, so it just lights them on fire.
What about when someone's sleeping, just put a little Tabasco sauce in their mouth?
Never tried that yet. I have done a hot dog though, and they wake up and you think it's like, why is that whole feeling? Yeah. I mean, dude, we think of new ways to do that. We used to carry hot sauce with us all the time. We got in trouble on Warped Tour last year. Had a couple guys that just downed the hot sauce, and it was 650,000 Scoville units. So it came from a 6 million pepper. So it was one of the hottest peppers I've ever seen. And hot sauce I've ever experienced. And pretty much these guys were drunk and they just took the bottle and just downed it. And one of the guys' throats closed up. Another guy started vomiting. His eyes swelled shut. Had to call the paramedics. And then we got called into Kevin Lyman's office. Was like, hey, you can't do this anymore. No more hot sauce. And we're like,
was Kevin Lyman pissed?
You know what? It was just more of the haha. It was a funny joke. But if someone gets hurt, that's on our butts, and we can't really have that, so we're like, you can't do that on tour.
What about pranks on you guys? Has anybody pulled some good ones on you?
Someone's trying to think. You know what? No one's really done that many pranks to us. Well, let me rephrase that. Someone it kind of backfired on them though. We tainted a sandwich. It's a random sandwich with this hot sauce.
Okay.
I felt really bad about this. So before all of this, what happened? We were outside, and this kid dared to do it. We're like, yeah, okay. And he was on the ground in the fetal position because it hurt so bad. So we go inside, and someone spiked a sandwich for us. Just a random sandwich. Someone grabs it. You're going to feel it. Well, we offer this kid something to eat. And we're like, dude, why don't you have a sandwich, something to kind of cool yourself down?
Yeah.
His face gets real red, and he's like, man, I'm eating this sandwich and I'm just getting hotter. And we're like, I didn't have the heart to tell him. We're just like, that was meant for one of us, and you grabbed it. And he ate the whole thing, and he's just beet red. Had no clue that sandwich was tainted. Wow. So I mean, that was pretty good. We got someone took the hot sauce and rubbed it on Dallas's microphone. So when he was singing, the fumes got to him. He had to stop a part of the song, and he's looking at all of us. I'm like, we didn't do anything. I don't prank with hot sauce. I don't do that. So that's probably about it. I mean, no one really's pranked us that much, So I mean, it's kind of at least since I've been in the band, no one really done too much for it to us.
How is Dallas doing?
Dallas is doing well. I talked to him yesterday. He's at home. Touring is one of the hardest things to do on a family, because you're gone so much. Coming from experiences, I mean, you take the high points and the low points, and hopefully with two people that work together, they can make it work. And unfortunately for him, he's just his family life was suffering, and he needed to address that. And obviously our families are most important to us, so he needed to take some time off. And so we asked Schuylar from His Legend to come out and help us out for the next 2 tours, just to kind of, hey, we don't want to give up on this tour. And the next tour we're doing is with Europe, over with it Every Time I Die, and In Flames and Killswitch. So we're like, those are all really big tours, and we really don't want to sacrifice, the touring aspect of it. So we all sat down and had a meeting and was like, hey, would you feel comfortable with him filling in, and would he be comfortable doing it? And everything worked out great. So
how was it with Schuylar?
It's different, it's a little more. I mean, Dallas is really in your face, that in the crowd a lot, and really that interaction. Schuylar's more of the rock and roll singer that just is more let me draw you into my presence kind of deal. So it's a little different on that aspect of it, but it's been great. It's been a really good, because when we were thinking about, we had actually thought about maybe Spencer as well from Underoath. We were we were entertaining a lot of different names at that point because we're trying to see who was home. And Schuylar by far, because of His Legend, fit the bill enough to where it was and it's funny because a lot of fans who've never seen us live don't know that it's not Dallas, which is even kind of funnier because he sounds enough like him. You know, if you're looking to him on a CD, you wouldn't know the difference really. It's when you know, obviously from a distance, you don't really see the big difference. We actually, when we were in St. Louis, there were people like screaming, "Oh, I love you, Dallas," and he's like, "I'm not Dallas." You know, it's like, it's kind of funny, you know, but it's been cool. It's been great to do.
Funny. Yeah. You're not the person to directly ask about this or could speak on behalf of He Is Legend, but I read that everybody read the Lambgo thing.
Right.
So is He Is Legend done?
No. I mean, like, they are, you know, they've been doing it for so long that they, you know, some of the guys feel differently about touring. Some of the guys just, you know, as a unit, you have to be on the same page, and not all of them are on the same page. They want to be able to kind of, when the right tour comes along, they'll go back out and tour. You know what I'm saying? Just like the record, they had broken up and was like not going to do it, and then they, you know, got the option of doing another record, and you know, came and did the record. So yeah, I don't think they're done. I think they're just more of just kind of on a hiatus point, and if the right thing comes along, they'd love to do it again. You know, I said I love their new record. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's crazy good.
It's one of the best records I've heard this year. So I'm not going to lie. So
we were talking about earlier, a lot of stuff has happened with this band.
Yeah.
Obviously, you joined in 2007, so lots happened. You guys did the WWE thing?
Yeah, we just actually did a couple of new things with WWE.
Like the theme song? And
we did a theme song for Chris Jericho and The Big Show. And then we just got picked up for Bragging Rights pay-per-view. Step Up is the official theme song for Bragging Rights.
Wow.
So that they've been really plugging that away for us. And we got picked up for SmackDown Raw, the video game. Step Up is the TV ad theme song for that as well, for all the TV ads.
I saw that.
Yeah, so it's really kind of cool. I was like, you know, I grew up on wrestling, so you know, when they approached us, you know, I was like, really? Like wrestling? Oh, are you sure? And sure enough, yeah, it all worked out. I mean, like, you know, they approached us with a song for doing the theme song, and then when we went and did some in studio interviews, and they were like, yeah, we'd like to think about using Step Up, and you know, we were like, okay, yeah, awesome.
Is it weird to see band music being played with like?
It was weird, like, dude, it is weird. Anything like we did an on-air performance a couple of days ago in Albuquerque, and I've never done one. I've been doing music for 15 years, and you know, you always hear about, you know, you hear on the radio station, bands in the studio doing a performance and you know, doing interviews, and it's very surreal. You know, that I'm doing those things, and you know, people are listening to our songs, and you know, because like we went to Australia, and you know, that's what 15,000 miles away, something like that, and you know, to have kids all across the world singing your songs and being a part of you as a band, I mean, that's, you know, to me it's a very magical thing. It's a very, you know, inspiring thing for us as a band, as a unit to have, you know. So I'm just really happy people are enjoying it, and you know, I mean, if we do this for another 5 years or 20 years, I mean, I'm happy that people are enjoying it, embracing it. So
that's crazy. You know what? One thing, this is totally off subject, but to move on with this. I noticed that this tour was for Hard Drive. Right. And what's crazy is I hadn't heard of Hard Drive forever, but I used to listen to Hard Drive growing up.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, dude, have you ever heard the show?
I have not.
That's crazy. I actually, before I started doing interviews like this with video, I started doing stuff like a radio show. Okay. And I modeled my show completely after Hard Drive.
Really? Awesome.
Yeah. So that's why.
Well, actually, Lou's supposed to be here tonight, which we have not met before. So we've met his assistant and some of the people that work behind the scenes with Hard Drive, but they've been nothing but great to us. Like when our management presented the option to them, they were first kind of like, okay, well, what's this band about? And then that's right when the record was getting ready to drop, and then Step Up was coming out on the single, and they have really gotten behind us and really kind of, you know, I think a lot is giving us a lot of really good exposure, especially with Hard Drive being in over 100 cities. I mean, they do a lot, and we've been really blessed to be able to have that opportunity to be able to work with them. So
the crazy thing about that is that Corey Taylor, before Slipknot did anything, before they started working with Ross Robinson, he was saying how all he wanted was to be on Hard Drive.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
So
yeah, a lot of people love it. I mean, it's such a big show that, like, it's one of those underground things too that people know about it, but there's those diehard fans that have always listened to it and will always listen to it. Doesn't matter if he is syndicated to 5 stations. Those guys are going to be like, yes, I want it. I want to listen to it. You know. So it's been cool.